Hey friends, Mayor Heather Moreno here with a recap from our October 26th, 2021 Atascadero City Council meeting. We had a fairly light meeting, not a lot of items on the agenda, but we had some good discussions that went on for quite a while, so it was really quite valuable. On our consent calendar, just one item I want to note, we approved moving forward with awarding a contract for just under $600,000 for the design, engineering, and construction documents for the Downtown Infrastructure Enhancement plan. So really excited about that project moving forward. Again, we want to thank Senator John Laird's office for advocating on our behalf and getting $3 million into the state budget for this project. So many thanks to Senator Laird. We had two management reports and they were receive and file. There was nothing that we needed to do, but we ended up having a lot of discussion, which was a really good thing. So one of the things that we talked about, the first one was an affordable housing impact fee Nexus study. And so what that did, let me back up for a minute. When we look at affordable housing, obviously throughout California, that's a challenge. In our area, it is possibly even more so. And what we do is we look at how can we incentivize, what sort of tools do we have to help expand the options available for people who need housing in our area. So one of those tools is a possible impact fee. And what would that look like? That would look like charging an impact fee. And there's a formula that, we do a study and a formula that has to be put together to figure out what that fee would be. So we don't even know those numbers right now. But looking at a fee that you would put on development to then put together a pot of money to then use to, in a variety of ways, subsidize more affordable housing. Well, one of the challenges I have with that, and I know some of my colleagues do, is that the very idea of placing an impact fee on development simply makes things more expensive. Sometimes even the very thing you're trying to make more affordable, like housing. So if this is something you're interested in, I would go take a look at the discussion. We talked about it a lot. You can hear all the concerns, the pros, the cons, and take a look at, what the consultants were saying, take a look at what staff was saying, and just get a really good idea of what we're looking at. We took no action. We got the information. We gave a little bit of feedback, a lot of which consisted of, hey, let's not make things more expensive. So we'll see what comes back to us and where we go in the future with that. The second thing we looked at was the Emergency Evacuation Traffic Planning Study. And what this really was, you might remember almost 3 years ago now, early 2019, the council said that the city's comprehensive safety, readiness, and risk mitigation was a top priority. And so out of that came Zone Haven, which is this program that prepares the city, prepares residents and first responders alike in the case of having an event. We think fire, but it could be any type of an event that would need us to evacuate. Whether it's part of the city, probably not the entire city, but zones, certain areas in the city. So we have implemented that as of last year. The great news is the county now, we're doing this county-wide. Atascadero is really the leader in this, and hats off to our fire department, to our chief, the professionals who have really taken the lead in Atascadero, and just so proud of them. And so here we are now. We looked at 3 evacuation types of scenarios. So they're kind of showing us here are the 3 types of events we think might be most of the highest potential, let's say, when it comes to fire. And here are the zones that would be involved. If you don't know your zone, go check that out. Visit atascadero.org/fire, find out your zone. And so just shared with us the back end and what they're doing and how we're preparing should something like that come about. Of course, we hope that we're preparing for something that never happens, but if it does. And I want to remind us all, we started Defend Atascadero 2.5 years ago now, and really Defend Atascadero is about helping you and I as residents know our role and responsibility in mitigating particularly fire risk. So how do we better defend our homes, fuel management, things like that. Being aware of our zone, what are our evacuation routes, what do we need to have in place so that if we've got to get up and go, because it's fire, earthquake, whatever it might be, making sure that we're ready and prepared. So that's what Defend Atascadero is really about. So that was our meeting, fairly simple, but like I said, it went on for a few hours. There was a lot of really good discussion, so go check it out if you're interested in any of those things. And as always, reach out to me with any questions at hmoreno@atascadero.org. See you soon. Bye for now.